Tell me about this insanity you have.
Well,
and by the way, this is DJ Russticals, the man that makes the bass in your face.
So this is a 2006 Jeep Grand Cherokee WKA body style. I used to have, if people remember me, I used to have the same body style over 15 years ago, and I got rid of it a long time ago, and I wanted to rebuild the same thing and prove that I can actually build it louder than the last one, and the last one is like 65, 66, 166 dB. This one is over a 70 on the glass and 73 on the kick. And this one is 815 SDDNs with one-off build, so it has carbon fiber cones from Sweden, from Deadening.
Yeah.
And then I have 1,000 amp hours of lithium CMAX large cell from Prodigy.
1,000 amp hours of CMAX.
That's pretty impressive.
I mean, I recognize the CMAX because it's a dead giveaway.
Right.
The pouch cell setup is a dead giveaway, but
these are large cells. So
the man said 1,000 amp hours.
Yeah.
Now that number to him, he's used to saying that number, so that number don't mean crap.
Right. I actually want to add a couple hundred more.
But most of these guys out here are running a couple hundred amp hours of CMAX. He's running 1,000, and he says he wants more.
Right.
And we're going to find out why. And
actually earlier today I was demoing the car off because it can hold voltage pretty easily. So it doesn't have much for a voltage lag or drop or whatever anybody wants to call it. But
right.
Very simple. And then we have 8 Synergy WFO 5.1s. Half ohm nominal because we have 815 SDDNs, like I said, which are 1 ohm coils, so parallel down to half per. We're rising at peak roughly about 2 ohms, getting about 5,500 per at full power. So it's a good amount of power. You can easily walk into 60s under 8,000 watts without any real problems or any difficulty, I should say.
Right. 60s is idling.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Like 500 watts is literally a 47.
So what's the number you can sustain indefinitely?
Well, a 64 easily, just consistently holding it.
Just until everything overheats and melts down.
Right. And that'd take many minutes.
I got you.
Full steel enclosure, so it's all steel. The only thing that isn't steel is the wood plugs. I had 1215s in here. I took 4 out, do some testing, and then the roundovers are PVC but backfilled. Just for whatever. So everything else is steel. Everything's steel panels. Steel.
It's very similar to what EXO built in his van.
Right.
The recent build.
It's a lot smaller and compact, but yes. And this thing weighs about 10 to 11,000 pounds.
That's why it was on that.
Oh yeah. This thing was bought. It had the 350 on the overloads. That's how heavy this thing is. So between that and the trailer, it's about 16,000 pounds.
Not something you really want to drive around a whole lot.
Right.
Because what, 2 miles to the gallon?
Right. And then this thing can drive daily. It is set up with big brakes, all new brake system, tires, suspension.
Right.
Everything.
Holy crap, dude.
It's a mess in there right now. It's ugly. We're gonna pull some filters out and repaint everything again because we've been doing a lot of testing. But with the 1215, we did turn to a 70. I just wanted to try some other things beforehand. So, why'd you drop subs? I'm like, well, I actually liked how more efficient this actually is this way.
This is not going to come across on camera.
No, it ain't. It's doing.
How giant these things are.
This is a 4th order too. So
those motors are what, like 12-inch motors?
Yeah, something like that. They're about 100 pounds a piece.
Yeah, the subs are around 100 pounds. The motors are around 100 pounds a piece, probably.
The whole thing together is about 100.
And those motors are about 1 foot across. Just give you an idea how big those are. What, there are 8 of them in here?
Yeah. Well, how tight they are between each other too.
Yeah, that would have been very fun.
It's not easy to service in the field, so that is the one downfall of systems, like a system like this, is you have something wrong in the field, it takes many hours and multiple guys to pull things apart. I do have a sound processor. I have 5 4-channels. And the doors, between the doors and the 8 pillars, I have 20 drivers. So I have 4 8s, 2, 3,
I think I counted like 17 in mine or something crazy.
Right.
I have an odd number.
Right, and then I got like 8 3.5s and then 8 1-inch tweeters. That's so between the doors and the pillars for front stage.
And you're running JL soft domes?
Yep, soft domes. I don't believe in the bullet tweeters or anything like that. I'm not a fan of how they sound personally for me.
You talking about super tweeters?
Yeah, super tweeters, whatever you want to call them. I like my soft domes. Then we got 2 370s underneath here charging.
Is that 2 alt gauge?
Yep, and that's just charging the rear battery bank right now. And like I usually demo the car off. I demoed earlier with it on, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
I don't see any difference in voltage.
You just have to bring it back up after you drain it quite a bit.
Right. Yeah, if I'm running it really hard for many hours, it needs to be running because it will. Lithium can only hold so much capacity, obviously.
Right.
There's no like anything that like will hold for hours on end without charge. Unless you had like double the amperage capacity, which would be kind of nuts. But
this is
simple.
crazy.
It's all hand done, put in. My last Jeep, some people remember this because picture floating around had 5 alternators on the same engine block, so they went all the way across. Like this was relocated, and it all came across this way.
Yeah.
And I can still do it with this one, but it really don't need it for the battery power that we have. So
That's crazy, dude.
10-point tires, like I said. All the suspension, everything's been done. Brake system, everything, like it's all been tuned up. Like I drive this around town, so it's a little messy.
You just don't expect to get good fuel economy.
I think it's about 10. But you know what the problem is? It takes like 35 seconds to go from 0 to 60. I think it's not heavy. It takes a moment.
You got it. Okay, so he was telling me that there is 3/4 of a ton of sound deadener in here, and
A full 5-gallon, 16-pound port foam kit in front of B-pillar. So it fills all the B-pillar, the A-pillar, and the rockers, and the center roof channel across.
you can kind of see what's going on right
I
there.
use this to kind of hold up the trim side panel that's what steel here, and then kind of seal it off, and it's packed in there.
Gotcha.
And it looks like shit, but you know what? It works really well.
Yeah.
It does not move.
I'm down with the sickness, man.
It doesn't look. I'm not great at finishing work, but I know how to build something that will fucking get down.
That will make the babies. Yeah.
You right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a really good eye on how to make things loud, but I don't know how to make them look good.
I had a good joke, but it's a family-friendly channel, so I can't go there.
If you're on me on your YouTube, I don't know.
You're fine,
I'm
man.
quite the explicit person.
You're fine. I got edit buttons.
I got a head unit case here with my iPad in there, my voltmeter, my.
That's
head
attached,
unit.
right?
What?
Okay.
Yeah, it's in there, and then my switches for everything.
Nice.
So I control everything right here.
Got the knob over there.
The switches on the outside, and the voltmeter on the face. Yeah, it really helps.
See, if you're getting the telephone treatment back in the day, this is the crank to crank to crank to.
Right.
Yeah.
If you take a look around the cabin, you see how all the stock panels are in. Everything's OEM in front of the B-pillar. This car is a full stock cabin vehicle. Stock glass, stock everything. Everything is original in front, except for the seats, which are fine. Those are just aftermarket, but they are similar in size. But otherwise, everything is stock.
All right, I gotta get the wind treatment, man. Let's get some air moving in here.
Subway Buds and 50 Action Express here and get your soul heated by the best. You know what it is.